All right, here we go. Classwork 170. We're doing a review of simple interest and compound interest word problems. Okay, so let's go ahead and write down number 1 here. And I'd like for you to solve for it. Go.
Can we use a calculator?
Absolutely. Yes, you may use a calculator. Yeah, that's fine. When you're finished, just start writing the next one, and then I'm going to probably pause you. Yep. Hey, Joe and Kevin. Good work.
Will there be any questions like homework or anything?
I don't think so. I'm going to go through it all and make sure that they're all pretty straightforward. I know. I know. The batteries are all kooky. So you guys definitely want to make sure you have a reliable calculator. All right. Can we pause? Has everybody done number 1?
Yes.
Okay. Number 1, we've got a loan. So let's go ahead and remind ourselves, what's our formula for interest, Mike?
$6,000 times 0.125.
How about this?
Oh.
That's our formula.
Like what you do.
So what's the total amount to be repaid? So I'm going to find my interest. My principal is $6,000. My interest rate is 12.5%. And my time is 3.5. What does that give you for your interest, Mike? Okay, so I add my principal to my interest, and what do I get?
8,620.
Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
I didn't know you had to add, so I just had 2,620.
Okay, that's what I think a lot of you are doing. Look at my eyes. Look at my face. Make eye contact with my face so I know you're paying attention. Thank you. A lot of you say, oh, this is my answer. Raise your hand and tell me what that answer actually means. Zoe?
What the interest is?
That's your interest. So what is the total amount to be repaid? Well, this is the part you borrowed, and this is what they're charging you to borrow their money. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No? Yes? So you have to add it all together, and this is the amount that you're going to repay. They're charging you to borrow their money. They're not just saying, oh, sure, you can borrow my money. No. They got to make money somehow. All right, number 2. Let's go ahead and write number 2 down. Well, then try it again. If you think you did it wrong, don't sit there and be defeated by the math problem. Okay? If you're stuck here, think about what you're given. You're given the car loan. You're given the 4 years, and this is the amount to be repaid. And then think about what part of your formula you can come up with.
Is this right?
You're looking for the interest rate.
That is interest.
Now you have to find what percent that is.
Oh, so you divide it by.
We have to find the percentage. How do you find percents? We just did percents before we did. Oh! I would substitute back into my formula and solve, like, balance an equation. Who has no clue where to begin? All right, let's get started. Let's get started. I'll get you started. I want your brain to be doing most of this. All right, this is my principal amount. Does that make sense? This is my time, and this right here is what? Raise your hand. It's my interest, but something else too. Sam?
Interest plus your principal.
Yes, this is my interest plus my principal. So, how do I find the interest? Libby?
Do you mean how do you find a rate?
No, I want to find just the interest. I want to find just this. Month?
You do 12,070 minus 85.
Yeah.
35.
12,070 subtract 8,500. Does that make sense? So I've got 0, 7, what is that? 1, 5, what was it? 3570. So, this is my interest. Does that make sense?
Is that your principal?
Nope, this is my principal.
Oh.
So, let's set up an equation. Interest. Instead of I'm going to write 3,570. My principal is 8,500. I'm just going to put it in parentheses to separate everything. I don't know my rate. Does that make sense? That's my variable, and my time is 4. So, solve for R. Go. What'd you get, Mike?
$892.50. Like if you, I didn't do it from that, but I got 3570 and then divided it by 4 years. And that's what I got.
Can't do that. I asked you to solve for R. You have to do it my way. So sorry.
I know the answer.
Why is it not giving me the answer in the book? What'd you get? Oh, maybe I did the wrong. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. What did I type in wrong here? All right, so we've got. What did I do wrong here? Oh, I did times 5. I'm like, gosh. I'm going crazy today. All right, so you got what? This equals 34,000. R 3570. Divide both sides by what?
34,000.
Who said 3570?
Devin. Devin.
I know some of you probably did. It's okay. You don't have to admit to it. You want to divide by the number that is the coefficient to the variable. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we want to get the variable all by itself. So this is 1. And you would have got R is equal to what? 10.5. But you would have, you moved the decimal.
I got
3.
0.105. Yeah.
Do that and get the numbers.
Yeah, sorry. You get 0.105. Move my decimal, so it's 10.5%. Mike, did you follow me there?
I understand how to do it.
But you don't understand why you have to do those steps and not the way that you did it?
Not really. Because,
Did you get the same answer as me?
No, I got the answer that I did if I did it that way.
Okay. You have to set it up and substitute back into your formula. Okay? So you know all of these parts. Then order of operations says you got to do this first. Okay? Can't just divide by 4. You have to divide by this times this because it's order of operations to get a coefficient here. And then divide both sides and solve for R the same way that we've solved for equations in the past. Is that okay? All right, let's look at number 3. This is my mobile student right here. I know. All right. You borrow $2,400 at 15% interest compounded semi-annually. Okay? No interest is due until you repay the loan. That's important. Okay? That's important because you don't have to pay every month. You're just paying at the very end when you repay everything.
So you have to add. Or you just do the same
You're just doing the same thing. Now, if it was different and you had to pay every month, blah, 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 that's where it gets confusing. This sentence right here is saying you can just do what you've been doing because that's how we learned how to do it. Okay? You don't have to repay any interest until the very end. Yes, ma'am?
We have to write this down, right?
Yes. It's 3 sentences. Oh. All right. If you repay the loan at the end of 2 years, how much will you pay? Who doesn't know where to begin?
Is this where you do the snowball?
Yeah, this is the snowball. Okay? This is the snowball. So, how about let's begin with compounded semi-annually end of 2 years. In 2 years, how many semi-annuals are we going to have? 4. So you're going to have a half, and a half, and a half, and a half. Does that make sense? Okay? Now can you get started?
Yes.
Chris? No? Okay, you're going to continue to use that interest is equal to your principal times your rate times your time. You're going to continue to use that formula, and you're going to substitute back in your end result to your principal each time and add it.
You just do 2,400 times 15% and then add that to 2,400 like 4 times.
Let's get started. So what is my equation for my first semi-annual going to be? Samantha? Okay, 2,400. That's my principal amount, right? What's my rate, Samantha? Gabe? 0.15. And my time is a half. So what is that? And 1/2, you're just going to say 0.5.
180.
180. Now, to get my next line down, my first number, I'm going to add 180 here. Okay? So I have, what, 0, 8. Okay? times my 0.15 times my 0.5. Okay, you keep going. Each time you're going to add. Are you watching this?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
What?
Back here, hanging out. What?
U times 1/2 by 2 is equal 1/4.
So 1/2
Times 2.
is 1.
So
You have
if
2
you were
halves.
to put like to the half and 1 would be the same answer.
1/2 times 1 is a half. Anything like 1 is
I'm
itself.
saying like 2b and b is either a half or 1. They would both equal 1.
It would just equal 1.
Both equals.
No, 2 is equal to 2. 2 times 1/2 is 1.
2 times 1/2 is 1 is 2 times 2.
You just keep paying attention there, Eden. We'll get back to numerical theory in a
Once you do
day.
that, you get this, do you add it to
No, that's it.
that's it.
That's your answer. Eden. I really wish Mrs. Sheck is going to come back soon, but don't make me wish her back sooner. Do your work. I'm freaky. Oh, you're typing button. All right. We get 193.5 here. Add that to my 2580. Times 0.15. Whoops. Times 0.5. Sorry, we need to add that, right? So 2. So we got a total, you got down at the very end of these 4 snowballs, 0.3-ish. If you had just rounded, you could have some. You need to have 3,205.
Yes.
And then some change, like 10 cents, 11 cents, 12 cents, depending on if you did 3 decimals or 2 decimals, or just carried it through your calculator. That's fine. All right, are we okay there? I need to know. Okay, want you to start on number 4. All right, sorry, people on TV, on computer. Number 4. Jiggly, right? Okay. You invest $2,000 in a special savings account that pays 10% interest. If there was a savings account out there that paid 10% interest like this, I would be doing it. 10% is good.
Number 4, in your class, you said you need to go any farther, and everybody said no because you would just get like fractions. But if you went to 0, 8,
I'll be back. I'll be right there even when we get inside. Okay. Good job, Ian. Watch the video. All right. You invest $100,000 in a special savings account that pays 10% interest compounded quarterly. Big deal, compounded quarterly. What's my time going to be?
0.25.
0.25, 1/4, same thing. Right, Sophie?
Yeah.
Okay. How long must you keep your money, should be your money, in the account to earn at least $158.78? Okay? So let's think about this. What is it asking us to do? Are we going to have multiple snowballs?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, why don't you just start playing around with some numbers here? Substituting in. And what is your answer going to be?
Time.
Time. Okay? And your goal is to figure out how much you will earn in interest. Right? So let's just get started and let's see what happens. Then we'll work through it together. Go.
I don't
You
even know
have
how to
to-
multiply.
Okay, let's flex.
Do you do 2,000 times 0.10% and then subtract that from 2,000?
Let's just snowball it. Okay? So, I have my interest formula, which is interest equals percent times.
Would you just do the same thing and just wait until you get to
Yes. All right. So we're going to have our interest is equal to the principal times the rate times the time. I'm going to have quarterly as my time. So I've got 1/4 or 0.25. My rate is 0.10 and my principal is 2,000. Now, how much interest do I make this first quarter? And how long is this? Sorry, people on the video. How long? My first quarter is how many months?
3.
3 months. Okay? So we've got $50. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? So then I'm going to add that. So here's my compound. So here's my next 3 months. Or I've now had my money in there for 6 months. All right. So if you don't have a calculator. All right. So let's pause here. Let's pause here. What do these numbers mean right here? Raise your hand. Kara?
Are they the interest?
This is the interest I've earned so far. Let's watch. I want you to put your buttons down on your calculator. Okay, let's think about what these numbers mean. Because we can crunch numbers all day, but unless they have some meaning to them, doesn't mean anything. I've got my principal, okay? I've got my interest, I've got my time. The first 3 months, I make $50. Okay? Now, I have to reinvest my $50. I add it to my principal, okay? And then I multiply by my 10% interest, my quarter of my year, and I get a little bit more. So my money has been reinvested and I've made money on the money that my money made. Okay? Have I now reached? So this is my interest that I've been paid. I've got 50% the first 3 months. I got $51.25 the second 3 months. Do I have $158 yet?
No.
Okay, so let's do it again. Make sense? So, what?
Where you're trying to get $158 in like the
all added together. Does that make sense? So here we go. Go.
What the heck? Yes, I need to add those two. We added it to the principal's amount.
So it shouldn't be $153 for the
Where?
the word problem.
No. Here?
Yeah.
No.
They
Why?
just have, like, if you do 9 months, it totals $153.
Oh.
So when you have to do like a smaller fraction,
To the next month.
but then it would go over. So it doesn't matter. So would you say at least 1 month?
At least. So I got 52 there. Did you get that?
Yes.
Okay. Then
Do you have to solve it exactly
okay, what's our problem say?
at least?
At least.
That takes about a year.
Grammar.
Well, it has to be in there. Well, when you do the next one, that's why I'm trying to get you there.
Yeah, we had to add them. Yeah, if we didn't.
Oh, darn. Hang on. All right. When I add all of this up, I go way over. Does that make sense? Look up here, please. So, how long do I need to have my money in my account to earn at least $158.78? Kara?
At least a year.
I need to have it in there at least 9 months. It's going to take me, I'm going to get way over on a year, but at least 9 months. Because at a year, I've gone way over, so it's at least 9 months. I have to keep my money in there.
But
But it's below 58.
I know. So over 9 months. Over 9 months. I promise.
That's the answer.
At least 9 months. Yes.
So, what, like, I don't get what $52.50.
What this is?
Like, I don't, like, $158 is not $52.
This right here equals $153.70 some odd cents. 78 cents. This is 153.78. I want to get to, oh, that's why you asked that. Okay. I want to get to a little bit more. So I'm going to have to keep my money in there over 9 months. But before I would reach a year, so I just need to keep it in there at least 9 months. Sorry if that was bad. Because this is the amount of interest I've received. This is how much my money earns each time it's rolled back over. All right. Get out your, open your book up to page 273. Do you need me? Okay. Your homework is self-test B on page 273.
Page 273.
It rhymes. Self-test B, page 273. Remember, the answers are in the back of your book. I highly suggest that you do it and then just check your answers. You can write down the answers all you want all day long. Doesn't matter. Okay, yes, Aiden?
So you're not gonna use that blue, nice.
Hey, Aiden, pick up your pencil and do your homework.
I have to deal with him. He's my cousin. And
Okay, so we should have done a problem like each of these.
just got some.
Okay, that's your homework tonight.